Yo, Checka.
Yo, Checka. Hey, yo, Checka.
Yo, Checka.
Hey, yo, Checka.
Yo, Checka.
Yo, Checka. What up?
Hey, this is Charlie Baltimore, and you're watching with Checka C. I love it.
Yo, it's your boy Big Tig hanging out with Checka C.
Hey, what's up? This is Eric Benet hanging out with Checka C on Yo, Checka.
Hanging out with my girl Checka C on Yo Checka.
Girl Checka C on Yo Checka.
All right, so last week we had a question of the day. That's right, we asked a lot of celebrities what men like in a woman celebrity. Okay, what kind of woman celebrity do they like? And I know it got a little complicated because you were telling me beautiful and things like that. You know, all sorts of adjectives. But look, it wasn't that. It's like a specific type, and it was a superhero. Yeah, they say men love the superhero women. Isn't that funny? Anyway, if you know the answer to the question of the day, you know you could hit me up at Checka C, hashtag #YoChecka. I'm Checka C, and we are at the epicenter. That's right, home of the Entrepreneurship Hall of Fame, and we are next to Pop.
The POP, yeah, you know me.
I love it. What does it stand for? Can we know that?
Sure, POP stands for Poet of Peace. And when I was young, my mom used to call me Pop. She said I had an old man soul. But as I got older, I realized God gave me this gift of poetry. People started calling me the Poet of Peace, so it just stuck.
Wow. So how long ago did you start? Like, how old were you?
When I wrote my first poem, it was September 19th, 1999. And I will never forget, I said, God, I don't have any kind of gift or talents. I said, if you want me to reach people, you got to give me something. And right then, instantly on that day, September 19th, 1999, I picked up a pen just from the prompting of the Holy Spirit. And the next thing you know, I started writing these awesome anointed poems. And from there, I started being able to memorize them. And then I had the vision to have the pictures and scriptures to go with them. And that's how everything came to be.
Since 1999.
1999, yes.
Wow. Okay. So let me ask you this. You were obviously going to church on a consistent basis.
Absolutely, every week.
Did you grow up that way?
I did, yes. My parents, they had us going to church a lot when we were young. And then, of course, as people get older, as I was a teenager, you go astray. And then, I ended up coming back to the Lord, I think, when I was 18. So.
Wow. How old are you now?
Like a woman, like y'all don't want to No, I'm joking. I'm 34. Next month I'll be 35.
Wow, look at you, though. You look like you're 25.
I get that a lot. Every week I get that. So, yes.
So, full-time poet. Anything else you do? Because are you like starving poet or?
I'm a starving poet, but I'm also a full-time single parent. So, 2 daughters, and and I'm trying to make that mark in the field of doing poetry. Hopefully, God calls me to do it full-time, because I know I'm called to be an evangelistic poet, to evangelize the gospel through poetry worldwide. So.
Wow. Wait. You said you know that you're called to that.
I know, yes.
How do you know?
Well, when God, as you see, when people see the book that I have, they see that, like I said, when it happened overnight, with me realizing the gift that I had of poetry, and the vision to be able to, it took 13 years to even put my book together. And just when I see when I go out and evangelize and minister through my poetry, I see how people break down and cry. It's a lot of burdens being removed, yokes being destroyed, and a lot of people actually tell me how touched they were. And then they start telling other people, and then they always tell me how much it really meant to them, and how it helped somebody else, that when they pass my poetry along to somebody else, or if they just heard me saying it, in front of an audience somewhere.
Wow, deep. So you're definitely touching lives and getting emotional with it.
Definitely, yes.
Now, do you ever get emotional when when you're writing? Do you ever touch yourself deeply like that?
I do. It's funny you ask, because sometimes after I write it, it's almost like a masterpiece. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is something that I just wrote. And sometimes when I'm going through stuff, and I'm telling my mom, she's like, you better pick up that book or that poetry you wrote and read it yourself. And so that's what I have to do, and then it ministers to me. So yeah, definitely.
Because you're like, wait a minute, here I am touching everybody else's lives. Can I take a minute? Because I'm going through something too.
Absolutely.
So before we get into your book, because I know you've just got the book out now, it's on Amazon and everywhere else, we're going to get into that. But I do want to talk about that video that you put out there, the Trayvon Martin. Tell me about that.
Well, just like me, you, and everybody else was affected by the Trayvon Martin situation, I just felt compelled to do a video shoot. I just came back from Alaska. Right after they did the verdict, I wrote the poem, and then I went up to Alaska, and I did it out there, and they said, you need to do something. So I came back to Atlanta, shot a video, and by the way, it's on YouTube. It's called Last Walk Home, Trayvon Martin. And you know, I just really felt, and it's funny because I ran into Trayvon's mom the day before the video.
No.
And then some of her people
Randomly?
Randomly, and then she was at the James Fortune show, and then I ran into her people, and they said they wanted their family to be in the video, and I ran into the attorney Ben Crump, and we talked. And
So you knew it was meant to be.
it was meant to be. Ben Crump sent the email to them with the video and everything. So, but yeah, so it was definitely something that needed to be done to create awareness.
Because you got the hoodie on, you got the Skittles in the hand, you got the Arizona. Let's take a look at this clip real quick. Just check this out. I mean, this is some good stuff.
I'll never forget my longest and last walk home. Nor the conversation I had with my best friend over the phone. How can I ever forget that rainy night when I got into a fight with a Hispanic, wait a minute, then again, he was half white, guy that stereotyped me as I happened to walk by. There I was walking, minding my own business while talking on the phone, until what looked to be stranger named George Zimmerman that followed me on his own. I was just coming back from the store from buying a bag of Skittles and what others thought to be a can of Arizona iced tea. Who would have thought I would have crossed paths with someone that would have wrongfully targeted me? Was it because I wore a hoodie along with the pigment of my skin being black? Or was it because he wanted to get me, regardless of the 911 operator telling him to just stay back? But no, he ignored his demands by continuing to pursue me and go. As I was approached by him, he asked what I was doing here, and then he aggressively shoved me. Everyone knows this because of my best friend Rachel Gentile, who was my only alibi witness. Then when I tried to defend myself, he pulled out a gun I could see. He and I know the real voice on the tape yelling, "Help! Help!" was really me. When the sound of the gunshot went off and popped, that's when my yell for help and heartbeat stopped. The life of my parents, family, friends, and I have never since been the same, and they're no different from Emmett Till, Sean Bill, Rodney King, and many other names. It's a shame. He wanted to claim self-defense because of the flaw in the stand your ground, not for black people, no justice law. In the end, the jury's verdict might have found him not guilty and may have even set him free. But in the eyes of the world, he's a prisoner who we all know just got away with murdering me. Though he may think he got off with what he did, George Zimmerman, just know that my legacy will forever go down in history as Trayvon Martin.
great. See what I mean? Like, it's so deep. And, like, I mean, you know, you're right. The world was affected by it, you know, and I know there are other people out there that created videos and things like that to touch.
His mom, Sabrina Fulton. I mean, Tracy Fulton, his father. I mean, you know, they're deeply hurt just like the rest of us. And, you know, nobody will want to go through a situation like that, you know, where they're on their way home and minding their own business, and somebody comes out after them, shoots them, you know, and then claims self-defense and gets off. And so that's why, like I said, I did that video to create awareness, you know, to get it out, just to show the world, you know, that this is something that shouldn't be, and it could have been anybody.
But I think it also created a lot of fear in people. I mean, it's become this whole, like, oh my God, I'm scared to go outside because you don't even know what's going to happen. Am I going to not be dressed properly? Am I going to be pulled over? I mean, it's just so many things. And are they going to get off when, you know, I mean, could you just come out and just kill anybody like that? You know, so it creates this fear in people.
Exactly, and it shows in the video, when you listen to the video, you know, I said that it was something, the stand your ground law was, it seemed like it's a law, you know, that's not for blacks, because, you know, as soon as we saw the lady that shot the gun off in the air, when her husband was trying to attack her, she tried to use the stand your ground law, and it didn't work. She got 20 years. And so the same prosecutor that was supposed to be defending Trayvon Martin was the one that prosecuted that lady, and she got 20 years in prison. So you see how the justice system in Florida, as far as stand your ground law, you know, is a little bit, you know, not right, not fair. And so, you know, like I said, I just wanted to create awareness just to let people know, you know, just the injustice of the law, and, you know, what we can do to hopefully not allow this situation to happen again, and for us to pull together like we did.
Planting seeds for the lost and found. That's awesome. I love it. Well, I'm going to go home and read this whole book because I'm excited.
And of course, you can tune in with me on Facebook, poetapiece.com, YouTube, Poetapiece. Everything is just Poetapiece.
Pop!
Yes, P-O-P, yeah, you know me.
I love it. Thank you so much for letting us come in here and sit down with you. It was definitely thriving, and I like it. I'm going to go home and read this whole entire book tonight. All right, you heard it here, Pop. Moving along to the chitter chatter. I gotta say it like that, because Des Bryant, that is, of the Cowboys, he hooked everybody up this past week. Let me tell you, he went to a Walmart and straight bought everybody PS4s on the line. It was like 7 customers that were in line waiting for a PS4. Can you believe that? Well, Merry Christmas to you. And thank you, Santa Bryant. Love that. Moving along, your girl Drew Barrymore is on the cover of Women's Health magazine. Of course, she's great. She looks fabulous. I love her. And, you know, she's talking about her new pregnancy. Yeah, she's pregnant again. So she talks all about that in the Women's Health. Your chitter chatter right here live with Yo Checka.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta changes lives for the better forever. We're a program that provides one-to-one mentoring for children who are facing adversity. We're an organization that reaches over 12 counties, but at the end of the day, we reach into the hearts of volunteers and bring them in close proximity to kids that just need a different perspective, a new look on life, and a chance to succeed.
I'm doing very well in high school, first year, doing great A's and B's right now, and she's helped me out a lot with like my homework, projects. I want to go to the same college that she went to, the University of Florida.
It's the first time she went to an art festival and the first time she went to the zoo. It's what we've shared together, you know, some experiences in life, you know, and we call them our firsts.
Thank you so much for taking the time. We have a question of the day on our show. Real quick, I'm going to ask you to take a stab at it. It's a fun, trivial question. All right, so most people like the taste of this. It's an odd, weird thing, but they like the taste of it.
Okay. Oh, well.
It's not a food, I'll tell you that. It's not a food.
Okay. All right, well, I like the taste. I know this is kind of weird. When I brush my teeth, I brush them with like just baking soda. And I like the taste of it. Like I do my teeth and I do my tongue. Like, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a salty thing, but I actually like the taste of baking soda. Because I'm sure you guys watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And after my issue with fibroids, I was inspired to take it a step further and just really get my healthy back. I was dealing with anemia, a lot of different things that were symptoms of uterine fibroids, and I got together with Genevieve.com, and they send me my food, I get my bags, I'm eating, I'm feeling good, and you know, I really feel like, you know, at this age, you know, I'm getting a little up there, you know, I just can't afford to take my health for granted anymore.
It's so important, and I think like the whole Genevieve thing is so intriguing because it's about DNA. Like you hear so many things that you can eat right for your blood type, but this goes in depth. It's DNA.
Genevieve goes deep. You know, the thing that I love about the whole DNA part of this whole program is that the food that I am eating is the food that works for me. You may get on the program and you may get a whole nother box of food that has nothing to do with the food that I'm eating. And I haven't really seen any programs like that that really target what works for you and what works for me. So I think that is just forward. And, you know, if you're going to, you know, manage your weight or be on any kind of diet, you want to make sure you're on the right one and it's working for you.
And you just never know which one is right. But if this tailors to who you are, your DNA, then why not do it? So tell me how the transition has been, because I know, you know, they say, oh, well, how are you just eating those little meals? Tell me about the meals and the transition from your regular meals.
Okay. The transition's been pretty easy because the food actually tastes good, which I was very happy about that because I was like, oh boy, please let it taste good, please let it taste good. It really, really does, and I have a lot of different variety things that they send in my bag. So it's almost like getting a present every day. Like I'm like, okay, what's gonna be in there today? I hope it's the noodles. I hope it's the marinara meatballs with the noodles. You know, so I kind of have my favorites already, and then it's also, you know, it's kind of good to be a little creative with the meals too. I do incorporate like little side salads and just fresh vegetables as well.
Also, you could do your own thing a little bit.
Yeah, but like still healthy. You know, the thing is, when you're on the program, I've been on it for about 2 months. Now I'm just kind of trained to just make healthy choices. When before, like I don't even notice when someone's eating a hamburger because it's just not part of my life anymore. And if I do on my cheat day, because I get one cheat day, and I really went into my cheat days thinking, okay, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna eat ice cream, I'm gonna eat cookies, I'm gonna have milk, I'm gonna have everything I can think of. But after all week of eating healthy, I really don't crave those things like I used to. So, you know, for me, I'll get like Caesar salad with chicken, you know, like a glass of wine is like a cheat day for me, like a margarita, you know, because I did cut back on my alcohol intake as well. I know us housewives like a drink, like a cocktail, but I do try to limit my cocktails now.
So have you influenced anyone around you to start it, like Peter and maybe the girls?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, Peter is definitely checking me out at first. When I told him I was doing it, he was like, oh yeah, that's great, that's great. And then like he sees me going to the gym and I put my workout clothes on, he's like, you're really starting to look really good. Like, you know, I had gained a lot of weight in my stomach area because of the fibroids, and I'm sure you heard about the rumors of me being pregnant. I mean, that was like devastating to me. because I wasn't pregnant, and who wants to look pregnant if they're not pregnant? You know, pregnancy is a great thing if you are. Nobody wants to look 4 months pregnant and be like, well, actually I'm not, I just have a really fat stomach.
How does your stomach feel now, and your digestive system and everything, your energy?
You guys will see on Sunday, I will actually have my uterine fibroid surgery, which was really my first step toward just getting my healthy back. And that alone, you know, my biggest fibroid was about the size of a grapefruit. So it was really making my stomach bulge out. So now that process, that happened, I actually did that surgery, that procedure, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. So I'm feeling good, and this just keeps me feeling good. Genevieve is just a easy way. You know, I'm busy. I don't have time to make healthy choices just on my own. I don't have a private chef in my house making me healthy food every day. So this was just a great thing that works for me, because I just throw it in my bag. As long as I can get to a microwave, I eat my soups, I have my shakes in the morning, and then I have my entrees, and it's a lot of food. Like my issue is I'm like, sometimes it's like too much food in the bag. I'm like, I can't eat all this food, as opposed to looking at the bag going, this is it? This is all I get for today? So I'm very pleased with it, and I think it's one of those things that, you know, for a girl on the go like myself, I feel like it's a diet that can work. You know, it's a weight management program that can actually work, because a lot of people start and stop. This works for me. It works.
It doesn't matter who you date, whether they're in the industry or not. You just gotta make sure. That's why you have a list. You gotta have your standards, and even then I had my standards, but I wasn't mature enough to execute really. You know what I mean? And it was because.
Yep, totally understand. All right, well, thank you so much, Chili, for joining us. We love you. We'll be listening to the 20 album out in stores now. If you don't have it, make sure you download it off that iTunes.
So we probably spent more time trying to narrow the images down, because there was just so many great ones. Yeah.
We didn't talk about the book the other day when I saw you. You got the book out.
No, you know, there's so much going on. We did not get to the book, Carry On Baggage. Peter and I wrote a book, a relationship book, which is really just the backstory, our story about our relationship. You guys really see, you know, you met us on the show. You've seen it. You saw us get married on the show. Lord knows you guys have seen our ups and downs on the show. And you've had an opportunity to see us kind of come full circle on the show. However, you guys only get to see snippets of our life. And, you know, a lot of people have a lot to say about our relationships. So this was just a great opportunity. The book was a great opportunity to really kind of set the record straight. Just really to, you know, give you guys the real story and the backstory about who we are, how we came to be, and how I came to Atlanta, and how we even ended up on the Real Housewives.
Oh, that's fun. Is there something you could tell us about the book? A little tease that maybe we don't know?
Well, I will say it is a good read. It is a really good read. It's a quick read, too. Okay. You can read this book in 2 days. We're very open about everything, sex, money, everything. You know, I mean, I read back on it, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. What was I thinking? But, you know, it's important. You know, Peter and I really try to show our real selves on the show. So we tried to do the same thing in the book.
Live for right now at the Rolling Out Magazine event for Cynthia Bailey. On the cover with Dwayne, the creative executive producer, right?
Yeah, a little something.
Did I get all of that right?
Oh, well, I like all of those words. I'm the creative director of the magazine, so I was fortunate enough to be able to shoot this amazing cover with Cynthia.
Can we take a look at this cover real quick? Can you show him the beauty
I mean, the beauty.
Yeah, no, we wanted to do something. I shot Cynthia before, and we really wanted to do something that was really aggressive, really just crisp and beautiful like she is. So that's why we wanted to come with the hard shadows and just, like, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
The mean image, like, ooh.
So if you see the whole photo spread, everything is just super aggressive, but in a beautiful, classic kind of way, because she's just a classic beauty.
Now, how long did it take?
We spent all day, but you know what? It was just us having fun. Like anytime that we get together, like we just have fun and we just rock and it's just easy. So we probably spent more time trying to narrow the images down because there was just so many great ones. Yeah.
How do you get to that process? I mean, it's obviously you and the team kind of trying to figure out which images are best, or is it you and her? Like, does she have, say?
Yeah. No, with our relationship, it's me and her. Like, I think we have a great relationship. So we came here at the Bar One, actually. We had a drink and we just sat down over the images, and it just, yeah. It was really good.
They've seen